Welcome to the Coast N Tiki podcast, a unofficial guide to coasting theme parks, roadside attractions, unique dining, and escapism from that corporate grind. Let's get this show coastin'.
Hello, welcome to tonight's show. Tonight's show will be a little bit different, a little bit of a change in what we originally had scheduled due to a bit of conflicting scheduling. Also, we are up north right now in West Michigan towards Traverse City.
Witness protection again.
Pretty much visiting family. But we do have another guest on the show tonight. It is Terry from Tiki Mojitos. Say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, and we will get to some of her stuff later in the episode. But for now, we are going to get straight to the coast down because we have a couple announcements. So, our first part of our coast down, Six Flags Great Adventure, also known as, or its code name, Giant Gargantuan Vengeance. Oh my
Vertical
God.
Vengeance.
Vertical Vengeance. Man, I got that wrong in the rundown. It's too much of a mouthful. Supposedly, a crate has popped up. A giant cargo crate thing has popped up I think it's in the boardwalk area of the park, the Shoreline Pier area that they just opened. And we have word that we are supposed to get an announcement by July 28th. So teasers are coming out. We know that the ride is over 375 feet tall. So it's not as large as King Ka, but it will still be very interesting while you are spinning, going upside down, and launching up that vertical spike, which will be really
curious to see how that's going to come out.
Yeah,
Logically speaking, it doesn't sit right in my head.
I mean, they've done it before at Silver Dollar City. With the spinning one there called Time Traveler.
Oh, that one made me sick.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah, so Terry has
all you
been
kept
on
hearing
that.
was the tick-tock, tick-tock.
Uh-huh. While you're
Scary.
spinning and flipping upside down, and yeah, that's a weird one.
Wow.
So just imagine that, but it's going to be 300 and some feet and getting launched and all that fun stuff.
Supposedly a shuttle.
It'll be a shuttle ride. And then on to the next part of our rundown. And this is shocking news to me, but they're doing it in Tokyo. So we'll see if this happens. There is a possible plan to completely rebuild Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom, according to sources that are close to the D23 fan club, which if you're not aware of what D23 is, it is the fan club for basically all Disney fans.
Mm-hmm.
So we will find that out possibly in August, and also thanks to our source, Screamscape, for putting that out. Any thoughts on that one? That's kind of weird. I know Tokyo Disney is redoing theirs. They already knocked down their other one, and they're basically it's going to become a brand new ride. I don't know exactly what kind of ride it's going to be. I think it's going to be a launch coaster. I don't know if it's going to spin like Guardians or not, but it should be interesting.
I don't know. I'm curious to see if they would do any kind of other theming with it.
True. I don't know. I mean, their Tomorrowland is a little bit different over there. So, yeah, I don't know. That's the big thing. Is it going to be an original concept, or are they going to slap one of their other intellectual properties onto the ride?
It wouldn't surprise me if they just slapped it. It's like they rethemed it in California, basically.
Oh, they better not put Star Wars on this one.
We already have our own Star Wars land, so I think we're safe.
We have enough Star Wars. We already have the odd situation where Star Tours is basically in that.
It's in an
I think it's in the grand
spot.
Well, at Hollywood Studios, it's sort of in that old Muppets courtyard mixed with Grand Avenue area. Then you have Star Wars Land, which has Star Wars attractions.
It was basically a placeholder, and then it just got outshined. It got left in the dust, basically.
Yeah, it's still there. So, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens out of that. But, yeah, a bit of a short rundown for tonight. So, as we had mentioned before, we're up in West Michigan, and we're actually going to go over some of the stops we hit. It's actually some interesting stops. So, of course, take notes. So, into the main part of our show this morning, we had breakfast at a place called the 45th Parallel. Most of us got Hueve Rancheros.
Except for me. I had to be different.
Yeah, except for Red. She got, what did you get?
I got a skillet.
A skillet. Something like that. Everybody else got Hueve Rancheros.
This was in Sutton Bay.
Sutton Bay, correct.
Mhm.
Yes.
This
I
was in Sutton Bay.
I forgot to mention that. Which would actually relate to probably the next topic on there. So Terry from Tiki Mojitos was up there with us, and I don't think you were too impressed with your meal as much. The rest of our group was okay with it, but
The meal was okay. I think the meal was okay. I think it was just a little bit rough in the beginning because they didn't have enough servers. I think was
Yeah.
the biggest issue. I think the food was fine. It's just kind of a little warning to some people if you have somebody with a wheelchair, it's a little bit small to get into some of these places. In Sutton Bay, a lot of the shops, their grandfather clocked in that they don't have to have certain ADA requirements. So you have to really be careful and kind of look to see which ones you can get in, which you don't. Some have steps and it's not changed, but we kind of get around with it. We work with it. But other than that, I mean, like I said, it's small. They probably need a little bit more staff today. Otherwise, it would have been fine. I thought the food was okay.
well, and the restaurant's unique because at least I myself did not go into the restaurant itself because we ate outside. I feel like just by the space, there's not much room for you to sit inside. It almost looks like it's more like a bakery that also has
It's a bakery.
breakfast items.
And a few tables just to the right-hand side and made an L. So
Yes.
that's what made it difficult.
Especially the vacation traffic that's up here right now because they're just ending the Cherry Festival
In Traverse City.
in Traverse City, which is literally smack dab right next door. Yeah, it's a little chaotic on there.
Town though. I mean, the whole thing where you go down and do all the shops and stuff like that.
Yes.
Some really cute shops in there.
There was a pretty cool store that had some unique toys, puzzles. They actually sell Petoskey stones in there. So
Jellycat. Evidently, that's pretty popular with some of the
Jellycat,
young
yeah,
ones.
they have those. So that was a really cool store to go into. And then Terry recommends there's a gallery. I can't remember the exact name of it, but there's a gallery downtown that has kind of this really cool artwork, kind of like a yard type things you can get.
It has a lot of your outside yard stuff.
Yes.
So they do stonework, a lot of stones. So you get stone owls, anything that's out there, but they have so many different sizes. It's a pretty big place. And they got the big windmills, and it looks like a lot of it was people that are kind of artistic that created things.
Yes.
Their chimes, you name it. But it is worth to see because that place is amazing. It's huge. You can find all kinds of different things in there, resin work, you name it, jewelry. It has it.
And we'll recommend what it is after the show, only because I forgot
can't
the
even
name.
remember the
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I feel bad because I really want to say it's a really good place to hit, but I don't remember the name of it, and I'm like hitting myself trying to think of
We
what
did
it
a
is.
lot of stuff today, so give us a break.
Yes.
I'm surprised. I've been to it so many times and I can't remember what it is.
Well, maybe we'll find out later in the show, but if not, we will rack our brains to try
We'll
to
just
figure
randomly
out what
remember
is.
it. Don't worry. We'll go to bed tonight and be like, oh, wait, that's right.
I'm trying to see if I can get it off my phone. If I put Sutton Bay, that maybe I took a picture of this thing.
Yeah, just imagine the situation will be like the doc from Back to the Future when he invented time travel when he was sitting on the toilet and got hit by something. So
Bayside Gallery.
Bayside Gallery, there we go.
Yep, got it.
Terry for the win. We don't even have to go search it later.
Thank you.
So she got a point. Yes, if you are around Traverse City, Sutton Bay is really cool to check out, especially because a lot of people tend to flock and invade the main downtown of Traverse City, which it has some cool stuff down there. It's a bit too artsy for me. Also, I think you get some of the better restaurants outside of it. Everything's really expensive downtown.
In Traverse City?
In Traverse City, yes. They do have a nice department store for Cherry Republic, but if you're already up here, then why don't you just go over to Glen Arbor, which is right down the road?
Well, Cherry Republic's in Glen Arbor.
Yes.
We went to today.
That's the one we went to today, and that's what I was going to mention. There is a department store in downtown Traverse City. If you really want to get the full experience, you want to go down to Glen Arbor and go to their flagship store. We went there. You can get their famous chocolate-covered cherries.
Cherry hamburgers.
Cherry hamburgers. Yep, you can get anything.
Inside all that. They even cherry chicken salad, I think is what they have. I've had that before. Not
I
bad.
remember people saying, or at least family saying that's really good stuff.
It sounds really good.
Yeah, that would have been something to hit.
And so many things. You would think it's sounds kind of, but that's
It's like cherry barbecue sauce.
yeah, cherry barbecue.
You never would have thought of that, and it's actually pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Something I tried today that was a little different. Well, I tried two different things today. They had their cherry gummy bears, which I had not seen those in the past. That must be a new thing, and those things were like...
Put the Sour Patch and the gummy bears together because they were sitting right next to each other.
Oh, right.
Together. And it's the best taste.
So
I forgot.
Doing, yes. That's what we started with. I saw the 3 things there. We did 2 of them together and just popped them in our mouth really quick.
Free
Like,
samples.
why did you
Free
think I
samples are
bought-
amazing.
I bought 1 of each pack, so that way we had it. And
I forgot all about that. Yeah, definitely get the sour ones too. If you're doing any travel in Michigan, there is more Cherry Republic stores all the way down the Frankenmuth.
Yep.
However, you want the true experience, go up to Glen Arbor. You can even get cherry ice cream. Everything at this place has cherries in it. Also, oh, and cherry? Yeah,
it's cherry, everything that's in there.
it's all of it. And I mean, you can't go wrong with their cute mascot Boomer with the bear. I love the bear mascot.
Yes.
You can get the bear stickers with the shield. It's like the shield with a bear on it. I got one of the stickers too. I know we're going like on a rant on Cherry Republic, so don't know if we're not like.
I was gonna say,
yeah, it is food. They do make their own soda pop.
They do.
I believe it's called their Boom Chugga-Lugga or something. But
yeah, it's like Boom Chugga-Lugga or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But yeah,
And you
that's...
can order them by the case. You can actually go there and they give this case and then you line them all up.
Oh yeah, you can customize them.
Plus you can get them all shipped to you too.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. Glen Arbor is also pretty cool, and it is not far from the Sleeping Bear Dunes as well.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the next thing we're going to is Sleeping Bear Dunes.
Or that we did go to.
Yes. Yes. So, to start off this one's interesting. So, we were looking for the famous Lake Michigan Vista Point, where you can go see the brave, or not, well, actually more idiotic souls trying to climb it. But we went to what we called kind of like idiot training.
Yep.
And that was going to the smaller hill. And the smaller hill doesn't give you the views of looking at Lake Michigan.
We did not know that.
No.
We did not know that. We thought we were going to be triumphant and make it to the top of the first hill and be like, yay, we saw Lake Michigan, but don't go down the other side. And to realize it was actually way more work on that one to go climb it, because this one you went up and then there was another hill and then there was another hill. So we pretty much made it up the first one. This lady came up to us and
Was dying.
yeah, she was dying. She basically
Freaking on it for over an hour and thought they were going to see the beautiful views of the lake. And then all of a sudden she said, oh my gosh, it's just hills after hills. And she's, I'm done, and started walking back. I think we were done at 3/4 with us.
Yeah, like like her husband. She's like, yeah, my husband is already like halfway down back to the car.
How many breaks do we have to take to just get to where we were?
There was a couple people I saw just at the first dune hill that were given some beautiful alliteration of profanity of how much they did not like climbing that hill.
On top of it was hot, and if you have flip flops, and I took them off, mistake, because that sand was like scorching.
Oh, it's hot enough to turn the glass.
No matter
you're
what
walking
shoes
on.
you wear, though, it was going to be uncomfortable at some point, because
Exactly.
you're always going to have sand in your shoes.
Well, every time I was like, when I started coming down with the flip flops, kept kicking sand back to my butt. It just kept flinging. And I was like, oh my gosh, I kept wiping off my pants as I was going down the shore. It's going, oh my gosh, I'm going to have it all over the place.
Yeah, so that's what happened was that as I was going down, that's when the sand really started getting in my shoes. Because you have to dig in your foot so you don't slide so far when you're going back down.
It catches it. And it was like a dog going down a hill, and it just kept like kicking behind me as I'm going down. Yeah, so that was a little different.
Yeah, also a tip if you're climbing that hill, you might be better having pants that are covering as much of your skin as possible because if you're wearing shorts climbing that, for some reason when you're kicking the stuff up, I mean, you might be even getting sand in your underwear. I mean, it's kind of remarkable how
Okay,
much
well,
you
you
get.
probably had it in your underwear because you were rolling all the way down the hill.
Well,
So
I mean,
Yeah. Tay had an interesting way of getting down after he finally got to the top of the first little part there.
well,
probably faster than us. Probably was. He was rolling.
He was practically jogging up the hill to begin with as well. So
Yeah, he did.
as I learned through high school, into college, into my work life, you got to live life by the meme. And that's what makes life interesting. So, you may have saw it today if you looked at the TikTok that I did post a video of rolling down the dunes.
Do you know what the weird thing was? I don't think I saw anybody staring at you. I was, but again, I didn't see.
yeah,
Well, that's
we were tracking him.
Everybody was dying in the first
but
place,
that's
so-
accepted behavior. Michiganders have a tendency to go roll down that hill. So,
Okay, so I went to a sand dune before, and I think it was towards Holland, if I'm not mistaken. And after seeing, we got up a small little, sand dune, and a snake came out of the sand. You're talking clear sand, and then all of a sudden the snake came out of it. So again, you rolling on that sand, that's not happening with me. Not happening with
was
me.
that Sagatuck?
No, it wasn't Sagatuck. It was.
I know Sagatuck has some dunes.
It was it Holland? The Holland State Parks, Holland.
Oh, yeah, there is a park. I thought maybe Ludington for a second, but yeah, I think Holland.
Was it Holland or Ludington? All I know is that
They'll have beaches and some dunes.
that was the end of it. I did not know snakes come out of the sand. Yeah.
Well, I
It was
think
just-
can come out of the sand.
It made that design that was that zigzag. That was just creepy. I'm done.
Well, I'd also like to bring up and please educate me, audience, whatever audience is out there. Do sand ticks exist? I'm curious.
Today.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't look it up. At least I didn't.
I didn't look it up,
He
and I
questioned
probably
it, and
could have
then
looked
he
it up.
still rolled down
Yeah.
the dune.
Even though he asked it. Then
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't feel like I have any sand ticks right now.
Yeah, what's on your shoulder?
Oh, well.
No.
Oh, that's probably cat fur.
No, yeah, probably.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That's funny.
You know, I don't know.
I don't know.
But yes, I did roll down the hill. It's on TikTok. You can laugh at me. Do whatever you want. I'm
We
proud of
didn't.
it. But
Mhm.
we
He
also
was a child.
I watched him from the
Yeah,
top and I
well.
saw him get ready to go. He laid there and just posed for a second at the top. I'm like, oh, here he goes.
I'm enjoying the last couple months of my 20s, so
Oh yeah.
well, yeah,
So
unfortunately,
old.
I'm gonna be. I already feel the.
I know.
Yeah, I already feel the. I almost said carpal tunnel. It's not carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel.
Arthritis.
Okay, arthritis.
I'll get there soon. Once.
You get carpal tunnel as much as that you're doing all your typing on your computer and things like that, or
True. I don't know all the terms yet. I'm sure.
finger tunnel.
I'm sure once I'm qualified to join AARP, then I can start learning all these magical terms. In the meantime, I hope to not learn them and just be in pain.
You
and
only know when you
eventually
start
learn.
getting it in the mail. They already found you.
Ugh.
Yep.
You don't have to find them; they find you.
Yes, they do.
With that being said, we also did a tour of, I believe it's like the roadway that goes to all the best scenic vistas in the Sleeping Bear Dunes. So we saw a couple spots. You can picnic over there. So, interesting enough, the picnic area was literally called Picnic Mountain. I don't know who
No
came up with
view.
that, but
No view.
it's not Candy Mountain, it's Picnic Mountain. So nothing interesting there. They don't have free picnic meals. You don't have Yogi Bear or anybody
It's
jumping out
just
of the
picnic
bushes.
tables. A stop for you to enjoy lunch.
Yeah, I don't even think you can see the dunes from it, but that's besides the point. And now we made it to the Lake Michigan Vista Point. Now,
The infamous one.
the infamous one. Well, there was a Vista Point that was really cool before it. I think it was like Vista 3 or Stop 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a lookout.
Yeah, it was a lookout.
Yeah, before I'm getting ahead of myself, that's a really cool spot if you are unable to go climb the dunes. And surprisingly enough, you're better off going to the worst dune
The infamous
climb.
one. The one
If
everyone knows about when they hear Sleeping Bear dunes.
yes, if you have people that are more needing ADA and all that, you're probably better going off to the one that has a steep cliff because you don't have to make really any incline.
No.
You just have a slight little grade. I mean, it's still hard to push through the sand and all that, but as long as you don't go down, you should be fine. You get great views of Lake Michigan. That's where you see Lake Michigan. Do not go down it, though, unless you are an idiot at heart or a daredevil. Do not go down the hill because you cannot see how steep it is until you are like at the very edge, and it is like an over $3,000 fine to you if they have to go drag you back up. It is too dangerous to go get people down there. I thought they airlifted people out. I guess they don't. They literally send a trained professional down to go drag you back up the hill.
And he's sitting in a chair at the top.
Judging you.
Yeah, he's watching. He was telling everybody. But again, he would be one of the ones going down. There's search and rescue. They have to get you. And like I said, somebody else said, "Are you gonna airlift somebody out?" He says, "No, they got to come back up with us." So yeah, couldn't even imagine that.
I don't know what they do to go.
Basically, it's a $3,000 fine to have a buddy come up with you.
A buddy come up with you. Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I went there a few weeks ago, and there wasn't anybody there. I think because it was probably during the week. I think that's what we did. But today there was a lot of people there because of the weekend. But I'm surprised on some of the families allowing some of their I'm talking little kids, running to the edge like that because he's following his brothers or something like that. And they were right on the edge, just kind of sitting there. I honestly had to walk away. Because I could not watch. I was afraid that kid's going to fall right down that thing. And I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about
to give perspective to this dune, and it's natural, so it erodes over time. So at one point in time, it was probably not nearly as a 90-degree drop as it is now.
It wasn't.
But as of right now, it's like 90 degrees. So you get to a certain point and you just can't see where it goes down.
Yeah.
Unless you get right up to it.
There was a walkway.
I mean, it looks 90 degrees.
And there was a walkway a year ago. I think it was several months ago that they told us a few weeks ago that it actually collapsed. So they plan to put another one. So, like ones with more special needs and things like that, or just walking, it's like a viewing thing that's there. It went down quick. So they're looking to rebuild. So that's
I wonder if
how much the sand is moving.
I wonder if that's where Reg and I were walking over that little edge right there because it looked like something was supposed to be right there.
Yeah. And it's like I said, they said it already gave way, which I'm glad nobody was on that one.
Nope.
But they plan on putting another one back up. But there's really not all that much from the parking lot to that. It's a lot of it is eroded away. So, but it is beautiful. I mean, breathtaking.
It is
to see that. I saw two little kayaks way down there. They look like they were only like a couple inches.
They look like ants.
Yeah, they look like ants. Yeah.
Even the boats.
The boat, too.
The boats look like...
You have to be at least a skyscraper height looking down at Lake Michigan.
It's amazing, though.
And the fact that people climb down that.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it's weird because it looks like it's 90 degrees. It's probably more like a 70 degree.
Don't worry, it's going to get to 90 degrees eventually.
It's getting there.
Well,
it's weird. It was weird, too, because I don't know if it was man-made that they were, throwing... It looked like grated pebbles onto where people were climbing up.
helped with
I
traction.
think in a certain section, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
it had-
I feel like they put that in there because that seems weird that I don't think all the rocks just.
Wait a minute. Maybe they were underneath where the bridge was, and that came down because they had to
That too.
put
Oh, man.
something like that. Maybe because that seemed really odd that there'd be that many stones. Those
Mhm.
they're pebble stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it wasn't across all the other one, but could that have been a big part of that? I don't know.
Huh.
I
Yeah,
didn't see the
that's-
bridge before. I just heard about it the last time we went.
No, that is really interesting.
Mhm.
I don't know. And then after that, we pretty much did some driving. We went up to Elk Snout or whatever.
Elk Rapids.
Elk Rapids.
Elk Rapids.
Stop saying snout.
See, Elk Snout. It always. I don't know why.
You already made me ruin a restaurant name today.
Yeah.
Because you kept saying snout.
So it's
Yeah,
called
trout-
Towns-
Trout
Snout.
Snout.
Yeah, trout snout.
No, it
It's
wasn't
trout town.
That's a cute little town too. I feel like a lot has left it from what I remember because I hadn't been there probably in at least 8.
Kalkaska?
No, Elk Rapids.
Oh, in Elk Rapids.
In Elk Rapids, I hadn't been there probably in about 8 years.
If you would have went further down though, the beach that's at the end is amazing. To stay at an Airbnb or something like that or bed and breakfast. It's just beautiful. But when they have their and it's funny because they have these small kind of boutiques and things like that, which is really nice. But when they have their I think it's probably like, I don't know, once a month or maybe every 2 months or something like that. But they have their craft shows that's out there. And they'll run them from like, I don't know, 10 to 3 or something like that. Those are amazing. Those crafters in there is amazing. It's neat. They just block up the whole street and then no cars on it. And you just keep walking back and forth, whatever you want to do. But they have a great one that's in the fall on Elk Rapids. They also have, which is really neat, if you go around the corner and it's called the Dam Shop. I think
Yes.
it's the Dam Shop. We have rented a pontoon boat that you can get and then take it and you can take it all the way into Torch Lake, which is amazing too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was really neat and a little hard to get there because a lot of wood in that water in the path to get there. But once you get to Torch Lake, we didn't have enough time to get all the way there because it was a little nerve-wracking trying to get through some of the areas and they have them buoyed off. So you show you like, here's the path. Just don't get too close on this side because they still have all the trees that were busted,
Yeah.
out of there. But you ever get a chance, go to the Dam Shop. Like I said, they've got great people there to help you and then take it into Torch Lake. Torch Lake's beautiful.
Well, that's a good tip, and you have a lot of other stuff around there, not too far. Especially most people don't want to be in there in the winter, but they do have quite a bit of ski resorts around there, like Shanty Creek.
Yeah.
I believe Boyne's not too far from there. Also, if you're in Elk Rapids, if you want some good craft beer for our 21 and up listeners, be sure to check out Shorts Brewing Company. That was like my go-to in college. So
No.
pretty good brewery over there. So.
Yeah, I was disappointed because I thought that restaurant that was at the end of the strip was still there. What was it called?
The Foundry?
Yeah, the Foundry. Foundry went out.
Their food was great. So that's kind of sad. Hopefully they put something else in there in place of it.
Yeah, hopefully they do because there's not really many dining options. I didn't even really see an ice cream shop in there too. It was
They
kind of.
have an ice cream shop.
They did. It was like smaller across the street somewhere. Yeah.
And then the little ones the little place that you can eat, there was more like sandwiches and stuff like that. So it wasn't like your breweries, something big that you can have. They have a really kind of an old theater too that's on that strip. So like 2 shows. But it's like cool because it looks like that old time.
I was going to say, I was telling Tay that it'd be kind of neat to actually see a movie in like one of those like older like theaters like that.
Well, you're in that part that, the theaters now are like, you're in the big comfy seats and it warms. And
Oh, yes.
Okay, that was not my time.
Well,
we just got the chairs.
well, I'll even give a shout out to. I know the theater closed, and I don't know if it reopened. Since I was there for college, but Ferris State, they had an AMC that was downtown, and they still had the seats that they weren't even padded. It was the hardwood seats.
Oh wow!
That you sat in, and I saw it was Avengers Endgame in those seats, which that thing's almost like a 3-hour long movie. So Imagine being in a crowded theater with a bunch of comic book nerds and yeah, it wasn't that enjoyable. But no, I like the old time theater feel. I think Traverse City has one too, but it's nice going up here to those smaller theaters, and you kind of get that more vacation vibe with the smaller theaters, not these huge corporate recliners with the heated seats and having the concession people go deliver your food to your seat, or even having alcohol delivered to your seat, which is kind of crazy. But
Yeah.
shout out to Imagine on that. But
Mhm.
But yeah, that was most of our trip up here. And then we had a small dinner at the trout
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 Town?
Town.
Trout Town.
trout town, not the trout snout. It was pretty good. Different restaurant. That's in Kalkaska. I would say to check out Kalkaska too, but I don't know. There's some cool sights in Kalkaska. They have a giant trout fountain.
They do have a trout fountain.
Trout.
What's neat about Kalkaska is if you're looking for ORV trails and things like that, this is the place to be. I wish they put a little bit more effort into the downtown.
Yeah.
A really, really old hotel that's there. Looks kind of creepy. Been there for many years. I mean, it's shut down, but would love to see somebody take that over. But some of these shops that are gone, and it's sad because it's right in the path to get to Traverse City. You could do amazing things in this.
Oh, you definitely could. And look at
Mhm.
going off I-75, which you have to go off at Grayling unless you're coming from the west side of the state. Grayling just went through this huge transformation where
They're still building.
yeah, they're still building right there, and it's almost turning into like I wouldn't say it's like as big as Traverse City, but at least their downtown. Their
Yeah, it's nice.
downtown is starting to become
Looking-
comparable,
And they've got
like Traverse City.
little shops there, trinket shops, that kind of stuff. And they really need to do that with Kalkaska because Kalkaska's, great people.
Yeah.
They need some more. I mean, they got your typical, they got a Burger King here. And we were really excited when Taco Bell came through here. We're still looking for some other stuff, but again,
That's how you know when you're in a small town. When a fast food chain like Taco Bell finally comes in, you're like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, again, we have property that's up here in Kalkaska. Got it 4 years ago, and it's our little happy place. The ORV trails, the nature, the people. It's amazing here, compared to because we live in the city also. But I would like to be here all the time. But again, came through the winter time. Ah, my goodness, that snow is really tall, and yeah, I don't think I'll be here in the winter time.
yeah. If you ever want a test run of how bad the winters in Michigan can get, if you're on the east side towards Detroit, it's nowhere near as bad as you get over here. Go from Detroit, then go to Grand Rapids, and if Grand Rapids is too much for you, go a little bit north towards Big Rapids and Reed City. And if you think you're so tough, well, come up to Traverse City and start going up towards Mackinac. And if you're so macho, then go up to Copper Harbor. Really tough.
Gonna say,
Youper. Go up, go up, go up.
gonna say,
Keep going up.
go with the Upers.
What do they call Youpers? Are they
The Upers.
Youpers?
The
Go
Youpers.
Youpers. Yeah, that's daring. Because
We're Michiganders and they're the Upers.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't dare go over that Mackinac Bridge. A lot of times when we come up here, and if you're going to cross over Mackinac Bridge, I mean, they do a lot of times stop that traffic, only let one or two cars that go over at a time because of wind or it could be visibility fog and things like that. So that's scary. We haven't seen that before, and I'm like, okay, we're turning around. We're not going over this. If it's only letting a couple cars over on that big old bridge, that thing scares me as it is.
When it's bad weather, I like to find somebody in front of me, like not be like dangerously close to them, but like where I can still see them. So then I know I'm not the only person on the road.
That is one big bridge. That is one big bridge.
Yes.
Mhm.
I want a buddy.
Yep. Want a buddy.
I want a buddy. I want a vehicle buddy.
There you go.
And being where most of the population is in Michigan, in the Metro Detroit area, that area is basically like the Florida of Michigan. I mean, you get some freak days where you can get like a random 70-degree day in the middle of January, just out of nowhere. And then over here, they're getting pounded by at least 4 or 5 feet of snow, and they don't salt the roads in a lot of the areas over here either.
It shuts down.
Shuts
It's like
down.
it's in the, what do they call that? In the snow belt. I mean, it just runs right across.
I was gonna say, well, at that point, the salt's not really gonna do.
Yeah,
anything
salt
for
can't do
them.
anything. It's too below freezing for
Well,
the
I was
switch to
shocked
take effect.
because in the wintertime, we take once in a while, we'll pop up here in the winter. And what was that? I think it was Tamarack.
Tamarack Lodge.
Amazing lodge to stay at. Beautiful. It's got the whole like living room and the huge kitchen. It's got all that. I mean, it is just amazing. But I remember us coming up here and we're so used in the summertime, everything's crowded Traverse City. It's like bumper to bumper at certain times, things like that. Beautiful going past there. We go over there, nobody's on the road. Nobody is on the road over there. Because one, ice, snow, you name it. No wonder the prices from like $500 go down to $100
Yeah, or less.
Yeah, so we know nobody's going to come at that point, but I was just surprised coming up here. I'm like, okay, this is why we do not stay in the winter time at our little happy place.
I don't know how we ended up, but we ended up driving past your property at some point last year.
It was actually in February.
Or was that earlier this year?
No, that was in February.
February going to treetops. Treetops over in Galen.
Learning how to ski. Remember that one?
Oh, okay. That's a story for another time.
You had to come through here just to see our property. Well, heck, we couldn't see the property because there was probably 5 feet of snow.
Yeah, the snowbanks.
One car could fit through on the street.
Yeah, and the snowbanks are literally taller than like a lifted truck.
And our property is that right across from us, from the road, is actually all state land. So, and, we just have, they're all 5-10 acres and cleared some out. But yeah, we couldn't even get in our driveway. We don't even touch the driveway. It's like a good 4 feet. And that was a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys should talk about that skiing trip sometime.
At some point.
Yeah.
Well, if we got some winter episodes, we'll need a good laugh when we're going into the seasonal depression of every Michigander.
Got some stories for you.
Yeah, definitely got some stories.
Oh, Lord.
That was fun, though. It
was fun.
Yes. Yeah.
I will say I came out of it, not necessarily unscathed, but with some stories. Mm-hmm. And I can say that skiing, I don't think is quite for me.
But you like the tubing.
But I like tubing.
Did like the
yes.
Tubing. They did have that. So we did good.
Yeah, I won't even talk about my experience tubing. Well, afterwards, but
afterwards.
For somebody that does well on thrilling attractions and all that, that was not my day, and I think the tubing just didn't help it with the nausea I was having at the moment. So
you were sick.
Yeah, that's definitely a story for another time.
Mm-hmm.
Must be the place, that, because many years ago when my sister came and we were at Crack Trail, and we were doing a ski trip. Same thing.
It was the treetop.
Treetops again. And then, oh my goodness, she had the flu. Going out at that time. So it must be something that has to do with treetop.
I don't know what's with treetop. Treetops is an interesting beast in itself. But yeah, so that was our trip up here. Actually, Terry, would you like to discuss anything on your current venture with Tiki Mojitos? I know you're going through a couple revamps right now. Would you like to kind of give an overall of kind of what your whole operation is?
Tiki Mojitos. Tiki Mojitos is our new company that we've been doing. And actually, it's based off of Taylor's old cat that used to be a buddy, went to college with him. So I named it after his cat that has passed away. Kind of keep the memories there. But it's kind of like a lot of clothesline. It has to do with, motivational stuff. I do resin work on it, wood craftings on it. Just kind of like my side kind of hobby job that's happening, but we're making a really cool website on it. And I don't know. I think it's something to look at if you'd like. But it's tikimojitos.com if you want to take a glance at it.
Yeah, definitely take a look at it.
It's at the beginning stages of it. I mean, we're building into it. I'm just trying to figure out which direction I'm kind of going with it. But I've been working so much on resin work. I'm so excited about it. And now I got a new laser engraver.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So we got something really. So I've started that darn website with all, like shirts and stuff like that. But man, I've got so much into the resin and things. that I'm starting to build it up a little bit more, but I'm spending all my time doing that. Now I kind of haven't done so much on the website, but I'm getting there. We're getting there. We're working on it.
It's really cool, just some of the product line that's already up. She's also getting a lot more involved into social media. It's still being built,
I'm
but
trying
she's
to
going to
learn
have a
it.
lot
It's
more
been,
to.
yeah, it's been more of a challenge, trying to figure that part out. I'm having fun with it, but dang, I never realized how much there is to learn from different programs.
Mhm.
And it looks so good when you see them online and say, "Ooh,
Mhm.
that's cool. I'm gonna buy this one." Then you start doing it, and say, "Oh my gosh, I can't figure it out." You know.
Yeah.
But then you're like, "Well, maybe I'll go to this one." I probably had 8 at some time of different apps that I've chosen. Said, "Ooh, I'd like to see that 3D thing pop out. How do I do this?" But boy, my head's just going 90 miles an hour with some of this stuff. So
Well, and Tiki Mojitos is going to be partnering with us, especially towards the fall, on kind of our different merch and all that, as well as just partnering with us, just even on the blog. Tiki Mojitos has already done a couple blogs on our site on some of their journeys, whether it was going to Typee Island,
yeah.
going to the NASCAR
Mhm.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So,
I need to put more blogs in there. I just learned how to do blogs, guys. Hey, so that's pretty dang good.
awesome. So,
I know I'm learning the other stuff, but then the blogs start coming in. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. But I kind of, and with Tiki Mojitos too, I do a lot of motivational, different kinds of things. You know, kind of everybody
yeah.
uplift a little bit. We have so much going on in our lives, and we need to slow down a little bit and do things that we enjoy to do.
Mhm.
And this is something I found that it takes my mind off everything else. I own a special needs clinic for autism. So this was kind of my relaxation output when I need it. And so now we're trying to create something with Tiki Mojitos. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Well, and what's your special needs clinic you own? Your whole methodology for this clinic has always had a theme of escapism, not having it be kind of box that you're kind of constrained to kind of provide your services. Your facility is beach themed. It looks like a indoor tropical paradise. So all of your clients that come in there are in an environment that is almost like a Disney theme in there.
And that we've taken the same theme into the Tiki Mojitos website. And like I said, I've advocated for a lot of families. I've done some advocating, and we've had this clinic for almost, oh gosh, it's
20 years.
20,
20 actually made 25 years
yeah,
now, so
26 years now. Severe of, our kids that are on waivers and stuff through the state. So our daughter has autism, severe, well, we call it now profound autism. But again, I needed another escape to it and something that my kiddos can kind of see also from the clinic. So that's where the motivational part comes in. I did a little bit on mental health that's through there. If you want some information on that, learning occupational therapy, their speech, that's what we do is OT and speech we have contracts through our community mental health. So again, I've learned the most from my families. So I tell my families, go on there. I got fidgets. I got all kinds of things. So
well, and with everybody's jobs for wherever you're at, um, you're always dealing with some type of stress, even if you have your environment where it's kind of like this escape. You always have some bit of stress that comes with it. So, Coast N Tiki, that's part of our philosophy too, and that's why we match so great with Tiki Mojitos, is to escape that corporate grind on finding where you can find your calm, which is actually the motto of Tiki Mojitos is to find your calm.
find your home. Yeah.
So definitely check them out. They're really cool. They're coming out with a lot of cool stuff. If you're in Michigan, they are actually going to be at possibly a craft show sometime this summer. So if you see them there,
Into what is that one? It's the Peach Festival.
yeah, Romeo Peach
We're
Festival.
trying to get into that. I've been into that before, but just to kind of get the products out there. Like I said, I've done a lot of resin work. That's in my dark times. That's what when things are rough. That's what I always did downstairs. And now I got this whole big old Oh, and
Yes.
editing and resin and everything. Now I'm just going crazy with it. But yeah. And then it's funny because I used to do sensory boxes for kiddos, and then we'd have kids help us in the clinic to go pack them and things like that. So
Yeah.
different things for them to do. So learning a lot in all other areas. So so it's all being thrown hodgepodge into Tiki Mojitos, but we'll get it narrowed down to what we want to really focus on before long. So, but we're getting there. We're
That's
excited.
awesome.
Yeah, we're excited to hook up with you guys. So we appreciate that.
And we appreciate it as well.
Thank you.
So that's going to be probably what we have on most of our rundown for tonight. Thank you for Tiki Mojitos for coming on.
Thanks for inviting me.
And next week we will be, I believe we're on our Christmas in July episode. I will have to check our schedule, but we will actually be talking about Christmas in July, which we will be
It may or may not be. Who knows?
Well, that's a mystery of it. Kind of like it was a mystery this week, and stuff got changed a little bit. So we'll let you guys know hopefully sooner if the subject's going to change. But you don't see our rundown anyways of all our episodes, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Surprise to you.
Surprise to you. If you ever have a chance, if you would like to support us, we have been posting a lot more on YouTube of our mediocre ride POVs because we know that using meta glasses on rides is never perfect. All it has to take is you just tilting your head a little bit or some knucklehead in front of you waving like the little balloon guy at that auto dealership. So you never know. We also have been posting on Facebook a little bit more. Thank you on our TikTok for getting us to 1,500 people joining us on our journey in the Coast N Tiki crew. We are ecstatic and we are happy to provide you with more stuff as much as we can. We are actually going to go to Michigan's Adventure tomorrow to try to get some more content up there. We might actually get a park tour out of it too, to kind of show you kind of all the tips and tricks to hit at Michigan's Adventure. Because I know a lot of you tend to really poo-poo on that park, but there's some good things at that park. So, especially Shivering Timbers. I love Shivering Timbers. Love it. So, yeah, that's a great park. And we'll actually be hitting the Silver Dunes tomorrow too to go do the Mac Dunes ride. So that should be fun too. So yes, keep checking our social media. We have a lot of stuff posted up there. Check our website at www.coastntiki.com, where we post our most recent blogs and all our other content. So thank you for tuning in with us tonight and keep on coasting.
Thank you for listening to tonight's episode of the Coast N Tiki podcast. For all of our listeners out there, keep on coasting.